Atop the NFC South, here are the two teams that currently are tied for first place, with the 4-3 Panthers and the 4-3 Saints having their first meeting of the season. It's also a very big week on the schedule, being Week 8 and the NFL trade deadline. I find the deadline to be a little more difficult to manage when you're a team in our situation. I think we're a middle-of-the-road team with a 4-3 record that very well could win the division, be a playoff team, but I've tried to handle this franchise with a long-term view. I think that we still need to add pieces, develop a new core, and move this roster into a new direction. So I've had my eye on a few moves here at the deadline, and our first one is going to be sending Nephi Sewell and a 6th-round pick to the Jets for backup safety Tony Adams. I've really wanted a younger safety on the roster we can start developing, or to have just younger depth, and I couldn't do that during the offseason, so we make that move now. Adams to me is also an ideal scheme fit. Now, a few weeks ago, we saw how unhappy Josh Reynolds was with his role. He's not been a regular starter, he's not been active in the offense, and morale has just been way too low, and we're sending him off to San Francisco for a future 7th-round pick. Now, these are far from major moves, but like I said, teams in our situation are met with tough decisions, whether it's keeping certain players or moving on. Looking at the future of our salary cap situation and everything, there's no way we bring back Tyrann Mathieu next year when he's still going to be looking for top-tier safety money. And I'd like to get some more picks to continue working on rebuilding this roster. The issue I ran into, though, when trying to trade Mathieu is finding teams that could actually absorb his salary. And I want to trade him to a team that's in a good situation. And the team where Mathieu would make for a meaningful upgrade. Some teams like Arizona just really weren't a fit. So I ran into eventually the Las Vegas Raiders, who have a couple decent safety options, but they're lower rated, in Trayvon Merrick and then Ryan Neal. And I felt like at 4-2, the Raiders would be a decent trade partner and a team that could actually take on the money. And we have traded Tyrann Mathieu to the Raiders for a 3rd-round pick and a 6th-round pick, while also giving them our current year's 5th-round selection. So we do get another mid-round pick to work on rebuilding this team. I think 3rd-round picks can be very valuable. And we're also going to make a move here, sending Foster Moreau to a team that can actually start him in the New York Giants. And we're going to get a pass rusher in return as we try to improve this defense up front. We acquired Trevis Gibson. We then go to the free agent market. We're going to sign a couple veterans here in Max Williams, and then to replace Nephi Sewell, it's going to be the veteran Anthony Barr, who's also a mentor. So the defense continues to take some hits. Obviously, trading Mathieu makes us worse, but I felt like it was the right decision. We don't have a lot going well on that side of the football, especially facing really good teams, but how big would it be to get Jordan Howden up to star development? He's had an up-and-down year, had a really bad game a few weeks back, ended up getting benched, but really responded well, and last week, to me, had his best game, 14 tackles, 2 for a loss, 2 deflections against the Cowboys. Very busy day for him, and today it's a breakout chance. And that chance comes against the team that we beat pretty handily twice a year ago. But that was when Bryce Young was very inexperienced, and although the Panthers haven't made any significant additions yet, I think they have some rookies who could later down the road be good additions. I just want to see how much better Young is. He's coming off one of the best games of his career. The Panthers have won 3 of 4, and they love to take full control of first place. So welcome in, everybody. Game 8 as we pass the trade deadline and start to get into those playoff conversations. Saints up first today, and we are underway, and here is Jacoby Pearman from the goal line. Cuts inside and makes his way just beyond the 25-yard line. The offense was not great against Dallas. Derek Carr now 13 touchdowns. He also had 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 late. Starting in the air on first down, pass is caught by A.T. Perry, and it's good for a gain of 6. 2 tight ends on the field. Taysom Hill is in, and Carr's throw is caught. That's Chris Olave up to midfield. and a Saints first down. Perry continues to start, especially now that Reynolds is no longer in the picture. And Carr looking long. It's Olave downfield, unable to make the grab. Had a chance. And here are the injuries we're dealing with right now. Jawan Jennings injured during practice. We only have 4 healthy receivers this week. Carr looking long and knocked away from Jawan Johnson. And that's the rookie Romeo Cooks, who knocks it away. Here comes Bryce Young and the Panther offense. We'll see if he's grown from those meetings a year ago. He had a 3-touchdown performance in their win last week. He wants to build upon it. On the ground, Miles Sanders runs into Jordan Howden. It's a short pickup. Howden and the newly acquired Tony Adams are the starting safeties as Sanders runs again into Howden. His second tackle. 3rd down, Carolina. Here's Young on the move, across the middle, and caught by Hayden Hurst. Enough for a first down against the defense that continues to struggle when they face 3rd downs. Some room to the right now, and a run of 7 for Miles Sanders out to the 40. They stick with the run, and a lot of space for Sanders up to midfield. And Callan Saunders now shaken up. The last thing this team needs is any more injuries. It's a pretty thin roster as it is. Sanders again, big hole, inside the 30 and wrapped up by Tony Adams as he continues to gash the Saints defense. Panthers in business, they're inside the 30. Young now to his left and throws it away. And that was pressure from Trevis Gibson. And check out the veteran move here. He manages to not bring Young to the ground. He's adapted to the new roughing the passer penalties. Great job keeping him upright. Now Sanders carries on 2nd down. He shakes out Howden, and it's a gain of 6. Another 3rd down for the Panthers. They come out with a spread look, and Hurst hangs on for the first. A long drive here for Carolina, and now against the blitz, Young to the end zone, incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore defending Adam Thielen, and James Bolden shaken up on the play. 3rd and 10, screen for Sanders. This is trouble, and he gets the first down. Another 3rd and long conversion given up for this defense. It's the story of the year. Toss right. Behind is blocks it in for the touchdown. It is Miles Sanders. And Carolina strikes first. Bad news already. Bolden, dislocated shoulder. He's not going to be coming back. The injuries continue to pile up. Here's Kendre Miller on the carry, coming off a 100-yard day. Good for a first. From the 37, and the pass hauled in. Chris Olave gets the first down to the 48. Panthers going to get some press coverage in here, it appears. 3rd and 9. Pressure and sacked on the play, and that's Derek Brown. He's turned into a star up front for Carolina, and that's going to get him the ball back. As the first quarter winds down, and Young scans and fires incomplete. Tomlinson almost picked it off. It would have been number 5. Instead, 2nd down, again the screen, and it's open for Sanders. Spun down by Davis as he gets another first down. Big first quarter here for Sanders, who does not get it here. Young pulls it back and runs ahead for 7. And now we have Marshawn Lattimore shaken up on the play. Who's next? The hits keep coming. Now Sanders right up the middle between the hashes in a foot race and caught inside the 20. Already 100 plus on the ground for Miles Sanders. This is the makings for a long day. Incomplete. Tomlinson defending. Now he's taking over for Lattimore, it appears. From the 14 on 3rd down. Pressure gets to Young, and they sack him. Paulson Adebo. This team has shown they struggle to get pressure with 4, so they dial up the aggressiveness, and that happened to be the perfect blitz. A 10-0 lead now for Carolina, as the Saints will run the ball with Kendre Miller, and it's a solid gain of 8. They've only used Miller to start this game, and it's a fake now. A lot of pressure on Carr, and he can't get a clean throwaway. Looked like he wanted Perry. 3rd and 2. Carr will throw for it, and he dumps it off, but a good tackle by Jeremy Chin, and it looks like Miller came up short. It's been all Carolina here early on. Lattimore's not back in, Bolden already ruled out. Bryce Young gets away from the rush, throws a duck, and Mingo takes it out of the sky. Everything clicking for Carolina. Just a jump ball that was way underthrown, and Mingo happens to be right place, right time as he snatches the rebound. Into Saint territory, and again Sanders. Easy yardage as he picks up 9 yards. Saints still without Brian Brissy and missing him clearly as Sanders sheds the tackle. He's inside the 15, looking at a potential historic day. A red zone trip for Carolina. With 8.5 to go, passes out to Thielen now. His first contribution is a 5-yard gain. 3 tight ends now for Carolina. Play fake, Young, end zone, touchdown! Jonathan Mingo! And Carolina storms to a 17-0 advantage, looking like the superior team here in this first meeting. Rough start to say the least here for New Orleans, and Miller now with a tough run. He gets out to the 37. A little bit of positivity here. Slow start for the Saints through the air. Olave makes the catch. It's a gain of 6. We got 6 and change to play in the first half. On the carry, Kendre Miller. Big blocks from Perry. Inside the 20 and shoved out at the 8. Kendre Miller giving this offense some hope with A.T. Perry's great downfield blocking, helping spring him for this long run. Goal to go, New Orleans off the fake. Carr scanning, in trouble, and sacked. Derek Brown gets to him once again as the Saints are dropped beyond the 10. They head to the air. Carr for Pierman, nowhere close to the end zone, and the Saints will either have to go for it or just concede, and they will look to get their first points. It's a 17-3 game. Hurts to not finish that drive properly. But while the offense finally gets some points, we got to see this defense step up. This has been a really frustrating unit. They can make plays at times, but they've already given up a 100-yard rusher with no signs of shoring things up. Sanders up to a $144. 2.5 to play here in the second, and here's the pressure. Ball's knocked out and picked up by Jerry Rayburn. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's the kind of play we've been waiting for. They had a blitz that ended a drive earlier in the red zone. They bring it again and knock the ball away from Bryce Young. Jerry Rayburn's first NFL touchdown. Maybe we have a game here. 17-10, a play fake for Young, and not much here for Ian Thomas. Saints trying to keep the momentum up. 5-man rush. Young off his spot, knocked away by Adebo. We know third down is far from a sure thing with this team. They only send 4, and Mingo can't handle it. A 3 and out, and the ball will go back to New Orleans. They've given themselves some life in the first half. And now Jacoby Pierman awaiting the punt of Johnny Hecker. He looks to cut toward the near sideline and outruns one defender across midfield and tight-roping his way to the 39. Carolina's got to be wondering what the heck has happened here. Saints now eyeing a tie game as Olave holds on. It's a tough grab for 6. We got 1:20 on the clock against the pressure, and wide open, it's Pierman. Ball's knocked out. Carolina comes up with it. Romeo Cooks recovers. Brian Burns just obliterated Jacoby Pierman. Back to Carolina. Young on the move and dumped off incomplete. Good coverage by Davis. 2 receivers on 3rd and 6. Young steps up outside, incomplete. And it's Tony Adams on the coverage. Nice job by the new guy. Saints get it again now at their own 35, 54 seconds. It's a screen. Pearman gets a block and makes a move outside. Foot race up the sideline. He is gone. 65 in a blink. And the Saints have a chance to tie it. We've already forgotten about his fumble. That's how you make up for it. He's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. But we've also seen the explosiveness he brings to the table. We got ourselves a legitimate playmaker this year, and he's helped turn the tides of this first half. From 17-0 to a tie ball game, we got 44 seconds to go in the second. Young has time, sideline, and no room there at all. Thielen having trouble separating against this coverage. Now Sanders bottled up for once. It's good to see. And the Saints call a timeout. They want another drive. The run to Sanders, and Davis brings him down. And they call their second. So they're going to have another opportunity. Hecker hits this one, and it is inside the 30. Jacoby Pearman still probably catching his breath as a short return. We'll see what they can do with 22 seconds and 1 timeout. You don't want to be careless here. They're going to throw a halfback screen now, and Pearman gets this one. That's a gain of 8, and they'll burn the last timeout. So now you've got to find a way to utilize the sideline. 8 seconds left. Perfect protection for Carr, and it's a deep ball down the sideline. Caught by Pearman. He does it again. Out of bounds at the 5. One-on-one with Jeremy Chin. He finally separates here at the end. Let's see the feet. Ooh, that one is close. But they're going to let that stand. And the Saints have taken the lead on a field goal, scoring 20 straight after falling down 17-0. Way to bounce back and take advantage of opportunities there. We're showing some resilience. Here's one of the matchups of the week, and the Arizona Cardinals, they have really turned their team around this year. 6-1 now after defeating the Miami Dolphins. One score here that surprised me, you got Atlanta over Dallas, actually. The Falcons get their second victory, far from turning their season around, but a really good performance, obviously, on their part. But let's get this second half underway and see if the Saints can maintain their momentum. It's a 3-point lead, and Young has the pass knocked down by Davis. Feels like this defense has really started to take control a bit. Sanders out on the edge, has nowhere to go, and he's stopped by Werner. But here's 3rd down again. They will bring some pressure now. Young for Thielen, 1st down. His biggest play of the day. Up to the 43 on 1st down. They run it up the middle. Sanders sheds a tackle, takes off in there. Ain't nobody left. Touchdown, Carolina. This is the issue, though, when you want to play aggressive. When you're run blitzing like this, you're going to have basically one player that can make the play. 24-20. Saints with their first second half possession. 3rd and short. Running with Miller, good for a first, and continues to grind out yards after contact. He comes out, and now Waters enters. Here's the rookie power back for a 2-yard pickup. Now get Pearman in motion, and they fake it. Carr downfield, and incomplete for A.T. Perry, who had a chance. Well covered. 3rd down now inside of Panther territory, and the pressure gets to Carr again. What a day for Derek Brown. Carolina football at their own 14. Here's Young out of the shotgun. He looks to the flats, and Thielen doesn't get much with Tony Adams on the tackle. Adams has made a few plays today. He's the deep safety on third down as Young looks long, overthrowing Mingo. We've seen Tomlinson get beat off the line. If he has one weakness right now, that's it. Catches a break. Saints football. Carr, he floats it for Waters, and he has the first and more. But there was a chance at a touchdown on the other side of the field. Still a good first down for the Saints. We'll give it to Waters again through the hole as he gains 5. 3:43 on the clock. Here's third down. Carr across the middle and a tight window, incomplete for Taysom Hill. But they're going to go for it. Forgoing a field goal that would keep them trailing. Carr, middle, caught, first down. Chris Olave to the 18. Red zone trip here for New Orleans, and the give goes to Brian Johnson now. The rookie gets 8. They've been inconsistent, though, down in the red zone as Carr has Johnson. Touchdown, Saints. Back in front. Eric McCoy was shaken up on the play as Jawan Johnson makes his team-leading 5th touchdown catch on the season. Looks like it's a broken thumb, too, for Eric McCoy. So another key injury here for New Orleans. They lead it and stuff Sanders on the run. They're showing pressure. Will they send it? They will. Young lost it again. Loose and picked up by New Orleans. That is a touchdown. The second defensive score of this game. They've gone cover 0 and had great success on third downs. Young has lost a handle 2 times, and the Saints take advantage, now leading 34-24. What a job by the defense! They sack him again! Isaiah Foskey. Pressure changes everything. 3rd and 17. Caught Thielen. First down. Yep, still got issues there. I'm not even sure what to do on 3rd and long. It's a strange time to blitz, but it feels like it's the only way we can make a play. Here's Sanders on the reception. It's good for 4. We are into the 4th quarter as well. Young to the outside. Incomplete. Well covered by Tommy Tomlinson. Here's another 3rd down for the Saints. They send the house. Countered with the screen, and Sanders gets the first and more. That's the other issue. The blitz is very susceptible to those screens. We've seen those as well this season. Now Thomas getting open. That's good for about 9. So here's Carolina looking for a quick answer. They go Sanders' way. Gets the first. And inside the 20, finally stopped. 219 yards for Sanders. Young off his spot. He has room to run and takes advantage for a gain of 6. They got to get inside the 10 now. Look to run for it, and they bottle up Sanders. Only a gain of 1. And they're going to bring out Eddie Pinheiro. And this field goal will make it a 1-possession game. But New Orleans certainly in the driver's seat. They got Kendre Miller back at running back. 8.5 to go. It's Miller's run, and he fights through contact, getting first down yardage. 117 on the ground. Play fake. Carr downfield and wide open. It's A.T. Perry. First down, New Orleans. But again, open downfield was Chris Olave. He had his defender burnt. 23 yards away now off the fake. Knocked down by Brian Burns, who's had a quiet day outside of that play. Ryan Ramczyk doing a great job. 3rd down. Carr bails outside the pocket. He's going to keep it and gets first down yardage to the 17. So while they missed the touchdown earlier, the consolation is now running more time off the clock, which isn't a fair trade-off, but we're inside 6 minutes now. Good run, Miller. Third down. They got Miller in the backfield. He sweeps to the right and is taken down shy of the mark, as the Saints play it pretty safe there and just want to extend this lead to 2 scores. Groupie for a 10-point lead and 4 minutes left to play. Saints trying to move to 5-3 and take over sole first place in the NFC South. Bryce Young has to have it now, and it's knocked away by Tomlinson. Good to see Lattimore is also back in. 3:30 left to go. Caught, first down. It's Hayden Hurst this time, and he's all the way to the Saints 33. We approach 3 minutes to go, and caught by Hurst. That's good for 7. Clock running on Carolina. Second down. It is Holden Mingo at the 12. Trying to score before the warning. Play fake. Young, back corner. It is caught for the touchdown, and it's Greg Dortch. He was by himself in the corner. Saints lose track of him, and that is a touchdown. We are back to a one-possession game. Can Kendre Miller perhaps finish things off? He's not in the backfield here. It's John Waters, who runs left, trying to get by Max Williams. It's a short gain. We passed the 2-minute warning. Miller in the backfield, second down. Cuts right and bottled up. Maybe 1. It's third down. Carolina still has a pair of timeouts. They send 4. Carr feels the rush and gets sacked. This drive ends, and the Panthers will get it back with a chance to tie and perhaps take the lead. A punt from the goal line. Here is Becker. And awaiting at the 40. It's returnable. Across midfield with room and down to the 41. They're close to field goal range, and that would be enough to tie this game. Tough spot for the defense here. Off the fake and wide open. Cut by Greg Dortch. He's come out of nowhere with 2 of the biggest plays of the day. 50 seconds left. Young has Thielen inside the 5. Puts his best route there on Marshawn Lattimore one-on-one. He's stopped at about the 2 or maybe inside the 1. They go out of the gun, back to pass. Young in trouble and sacked to Mario Davis. I can't believe they didn't run it there. The Saints have some hope here. Drop back to the 8. Young swings it out to Sanders. Wrapped up on the play. There's not much there. Saints out of timeouts now. They get ready just in case there's a touchdown. Young wants the lead. 3 on the rush. He's got nobody open and nobody near him either. Now Young finally pressured and throws it away. What an effort by the coverage of New Orleans. They're going to hold on here. The Panthers do add 3. They've come back from a 10-point deficit here in the fourth quarter. It's been a game of runs and comebacks, and we're headed to overtime. What a matchup we've had. Overtime will begin as the Saints get the football first. A touchdown ends the game. A field goal will continue the fun. A handoff for Miller and a good play by Thompson. Not much. Have to get to the 38 on third down. Carr knocked down by Dante Jackson. He was all over Jacoby Pearman. The Panthers get the ball back quick, and now we've got sudden death rules. Next score wins. Caught by Adam Thielen. Short connection. Now they've got to get to the 33. Young feels the rush. He fires across his body. Incomplete. Jordan Howden almost had a takeaway. Already the third possession of the overtime period, and Miller gets the run. Good tackle made at the 34. On second down, a fake for Carr. He has Pierman on the move, but a good tackle now made by J.C. Horn. Trying to keep the drive moving. They go with Waters to the outside, and it's enough for a first down. And the overtime period now has less than 5 minutes to go. Play fake for Miller. Carr going deep. He wants to end this game, and it's broken up for Olave. Just got a hand on it. 2nd and 10 for New Orleans. And the pass is incomplete for Olave. It is deflected by Jackson. Again, the Saints into a tough spot on third down with the pressure, and Carr not even close on the throw. Great job by Dean Lowry. He's had a couple big rushes today. And the Saints have to punt again here in overtime. Pretty good punt, too. It's fair caught inside the 15. 4 minutes left. Bryce Young trying to get something going. It's a quick throw for Hurst. Stopped by Adams on the play. Quick throw, and Hurst makes the first down reception. So they're out to the 29. Still a long way to go. Young gets it out quickly behind his receiver, who paid the price. Incomplete. 2:47 left to go. Sanders is in trouble and can't find any space. The Saints create another third down. They're showing pressure again, and we've got movement up front. 3rd and long just became 3rd and longer. Got to get to about the 40. Young away from the rush. He heaves it, and it's caught! Hayden Hurst! And Carolina's into field goal range as Bryce Young just avoids the sack, extends the play, and delivers to a wide open man. Another third down failure from New Orleans. Sanders trying to get them closer, and he does here for about 6 yards. Eddie Pinheiro, not the best kicker from distance, but now we're looking at something inside 50, and it's going to be a 47-yard try. This would win the game for Carolina. Left hash. Pinheiro wins the game, and the Carolina Panthers have captured first place in the NFC South. Gut-wrenching defeat for New Orleans as they drop to 4-4, losing 40-37 in a game they really should have been able to close out. Bryce Young made a terrific play on that third down, and our third down defense continues to be one of the biggest problems. We win the turnover battle, get 14 points defensively, and still lose. We're a very flawed team. Looking back through this game, I definitely see a lot of missed opportunities in the passing game. And if we can hit Olave, for instance, on that play-action bomb, and not the one in overtime, the one where he was actually wide open, that might be the difference between winning and losing. And there were other situations where somebody had broken open, but they weren't the player I thought, was the right first read, and I didn't even look their way. So we left some plays on the field. I think that also as we get later in games at times, I start to, just run more of an inefficient offense and kind of get away from certain things and start throwing the timing game that we're not really suited to play well. And I think that one guy we go away from too often is Juwan Johnson. He has way too many games this year with 1 reception. His one today was a touchdown. So I think today, it's flaws on both sides of the football, but I think that's going to be kind of a theme until we can build up a better core. Obviously, we're just sending cover 0 blitzes to make plays on defense, and other than that, we didn't do much. So we're going to have to continue searching for answers, maybe add some things to this playbook. There are some wrinkles I'd like that we don't have right now. Offensively, I don't think we actually had that good of a game today, considering that a lot of our points came on defense, a screen pass, a lucky deep ball to Pierman. We didn't really run a good offense today, the way I want to. So we are now at 4-4. The trade deadline has passed. I still feel like this is a team that's going to be in the division hunt at the end. I don't think Carolina is really all that much better than us, or really better at all, but they probably have a better defense that gives them the edge, and now we're going to have to try and chase them down. Eric McCoy was injured this week, and maybe the bye week comes at a good time, as that allows some of our players to get rested up and healed, but they're still not going to be coming back. Obviously, no Kamara, no Brissy, no Eric McCoy when we continue. We still have some things that are going pretty well, and Kendre Miller now has back-to-back 100-yard games, and we'll have a breakout scenario when we take on Washington in our next game. We should probably look to get Olave a little bit more volume than we have, but also Juwan Johnson needs to have more of a role. I think that we need to prioritize getting him the football over like A.T. Perry, for instance. It's been kind of awkward getting Perry involved, and I think I have to relook at what I was doing with him. You know, it's the growing pains that we're going through. There's some good, there's some bad. We're 4-4, and that feels like the proper record for a team of this caliber. We have the under siege and breakout scenarios for next episode. I'm really looking forward to it, although we're facing a tremendous defense that, on paper at least, they're an 87 overall. Now, if the season ended right now, we'd have the offensive and defensive rookies of the year. I want to see both Pierman and Tomlinson continue to make plays, and hopefully we can avoid injuries causing too much issue the rest of the way. I think we have a very thin roster, and like an injury to Olave would be devastating. An injury to someone like Tomlinson or Lattimore could be devastating as well. So hopefully we can just start playing a little bit better football and try to clean up this third down mess that we've been having all year, but it's not going to be easy. I know that. We need some answers, though. That's going to do it for today, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the episodes. The games are incredibly fun, win or lose, and I can't wait to keep it rolling as we approach the new year. Y'all take care. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.